Hello, this is Joanne Hewins with lovetocreate.typepad.com. Today I want to do a video showing you how I made this card. The paper that you see here is actually from the Come Sail Away designer series paper that's in the annual catalog. I saw at a function that I went to, someone had made a card using this and made it into I think it was a Christmas card, and I just loved how it turned out. I added a little bit more to it, and let me show you how I made this. We're going to start with a card base of Basic Black. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and I don't have this one scored. I'm just going to kind of match my corners, and then I'll burnish that with my bone folder, and there's our base. Now, the next layer that I have here is the Sparkly Glimmer paper, and it is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. Now, I've got a piece here that I'm using, and you can see that things are cut out of this. So, you know, it's going to be covered up with another piece of paper, and why not use it? It's a little bit more expensive paper that we have. So I decided that maybe it would be pretty to have a little scalloped edge around my joy. So I used the Layering Circles dies to cut out a circle there for us, a scalloped circle. And then I decided that we might want to have a little sparkle piece besides this one. So I cut that out using the Frosted Bouquet dies, and then I cut one of these out just because I had room for it, and I'll probably use it on another project. I don't think I'll use it on this one. So those are the things that I cut out with that, and it will all be covered up. No one will know except for you that I have things cut out of there. A great way to save your paper and make it go a little bit further. I'm going to set that aside, both of these now, and bring in a piece of the designer paper. It's the one that has the stripes on the back. And anyway, what I'm going to do to this is add some sparkle. I don't know if you can see that this one has sparkle all over it or not, but we're going to do that. And then I also have a little strip on the inside of the card that has some sparkle added. So we're going to go ahead and work on that. And then I also am going to work on this leaf right here that I've added the sparkle to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in a little scrap piece of paper to do this on top of. And I have my multi-purpose glue, and I'm not going to be very careful, and I don't want to be real heavy-handed, but I'm just going to put some glue coming out on some of these branches here and there. And like I said, I'm not being meticulous. I'm just putting some lines on there. In fact, see, I went off of the lines, but it's really not going to make a difference. So I'm just going to go through the whole thing and just add some glue here and there. Okay, and I'm about done with that one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in this Ice Stampin Glitter. This is in the holiday catalog, and I'm just going to put that over the top of this and just kind of move it around. So that it covers the whole thing. And I did manage to get it all over me, but I think we're okay. I'm going to put a little bit more on that side. And I don't know if you can see the glitter, but it's on there. I'm going to set that aside to dry. I have another one that I can use for the rest of the video. Now, let me put this back in. And we'll go ahead and do these other two pieces. I just put on lotion, so my hands, I guess, are a little damp. And then for this, I'm just going to put a little bit. And for this black one, when you put that sparkle on, it's going to, the white is going to show through, but that does dry clear, so it will look fine. And pardon my fingernails. I have an appointment for tomorrow, but I'm getting ready to go on a cruise later this week, and I wanted to wait as close as I could to that to have my nails done. So, okay, so there's that piece. Doesn't look that great right there, but after it dries, in fact, I've got one right here that's dry, and you can see that looks very pretty on there. Okay, we're going to put our glitter back in the container. And we'll set that aside. And like I said, I do have some of those pieces already done. You know, when you have glitter, it just gets everywhere, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to bring in my pieces that are dry, and we'll start doing some assembly. So I'm going to glue this, and I think I'm just going to add the glue to this paper since there are holes in it. I won't get too close to the edge because I don't really want that to ooze out, but I will add some glue in these areas, and we'll just glue this down. Now I like to use glue because there's a little give to it. You can move it around if you need to for a few minutes. And I'm just going to turn that over. I don't really want to rub my glitter pieces that much. Okay, so I've got that down. I'm just going to mash lightly. Okay, all right. And the next thing that I'm going to do is add a piece of this glittered Organdy ribbon. This was in the one of the smaller catalogs and carried over to the annual catalog. And so I'm just going to bring in some Scotch tape and tape that from the back. Okay, so I'm just going to tape that there. And I'm going to bring it around and tape it from the back here. All right. And then I can go ahead and glue all of this to the front of the card. Okay, and again, I think I'm going to carefully turn that over and mash from this side. Okay, now we're ready to work with the word joy. The word joy comes from the So Many Stars stamp set, and I meant to bring that in with me, and I have not done it. So anyway, I have the word joy. This is from the holiday catalog, and I usually stamp and then cut out, but I'm going to try doing it this way this time just for the video to see if we can get this done a little bit quicker. So I'm going to use Versamark. Let me take my embossing buddy and just go over that first, because we're going to emboss this in black embossing powder. Okay, so let me try to do that in the middle. Okay, I'm going to bring in my powder. Okay, I do have some traces here. Usually I have a little paintbrush with me, and I don't have one this time. I'm going to try another one. I don't know if any of you ever get to the point where you just can't handle your fingernails anymore. I'm not a long fingernail person. Well, that one also has some lines. Wouldn't you know it? I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss the first one that I did. Sometimes I'm a whiz at heat embossing, other times not so much. So I'm just going to hold. I am going to see if I can get some more of this off. And I possibly can hide some of that with my bow and my leaf. I think I can. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this down and excuse the noise. There it goes. I had a little voice telling me that I might want to do that ahead of time, and I didn't listen. So now I'm going to add this to my little circle or scallop circle. Let me see if I can talk. Okay, all right, that didn't work very well. Let's try, I haven't glued stuff to stuff like that in a while. Let's try some glue dots and see. Well, I think if I'd left it on there a little bit longer, we would have had it. I'm beginning to feel like this could be a disaster. Okay, that did it. And then I'll just add some glue dots to the back of this and attach it to the card. Okay, so I will put that kind of in the middle. And then I did go ahead and tie a bow. Now I use one of the bow makers. Stampin' Up! Does not sell this, but you can find them online, and you can also find YouTube videos that tell you how to use it. And then I'm going to put this on with a glue dot up here near the top. And then we'll trim our ends a little on that. All right, so for the other one, I just had the black, and I felt like that didn't show up very well. In fact, I actually put these three little pieces on dimensionals. So I'm going to try gluing this on, and we'll see if that helps. And I don't really have a good kind of glue to use with that with me. We'll just put some of this on there. And then I think the leaf will cover up some of that. And then the leaf, I may add like that, and that will hide some of that black that I've got on the Joy, and some of that glue that I have too. So I think I'll add it about like that. What is it they say? Mistakes are an opportunity to grow. And I see I've got some glue sticking out right there. I'll wait until that dries and attempt to get some of that off of there. But I think I do need to put still some dimensionals underneath those black pieces. And excuse me, I just dropped my tool. So I'm going to stick this up under here. There, like that. Then I'll stick this one under there. And I think we'll do one more. Right under here. Yeah, so that's covered up. So there's the front of the card. Do you like it better with the little bit of a piece there or without? Let me know. And then we'll go ahead quickly and do the inside. And from the So Many Stars stamp set, Love and Peace are part of that. And I just placed them on one block so I could stamp them all at one time. So let me attempt to do that. And I'm using the Memento Black to stamp that. Okay, and then we'll put our little strip along the bottom. And I'll tell you that I usually cut strips like this a little bit longer. I'm going to put this straight on my grid paper and use those grids to help me put that across. And then this is a little too long. I do that on purpose sometimes just so I can make sure that things fit my paper. So I'm just going to trim that off. And there we go. We'll put this inside the card. And we are ready. Now, I'm going to kind of be careful with this. I see I've got a few pieces of glue. I can get that off after it dries. So I'm just going to kind of not close that all the way, and then I've got that little bit of glue there. I think I can get that off too. So here are 2 cards, and I think they're quite pretty and quite sparkly. I think someone who likes a lot of bling will love getting one of these cards. If you would like to share this, Mistakes and All, with a friend, I would love that. And if you need any supplies, there's a link to my online store on the video, and I would appreciate your business. Thank you so much, and goodbye.